All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to whoa, God, come on. All right, welcome to Game 6, I believe, in this best of, I believe it's a best of 9 series, or is it a best of 7? I believe it is 4-1 for MVP or 3-1. I have to double check this. I believe it is 5 or is it 4-2? I don't know. You guys will have to watch all of these, or is it 3-2? 3-1, 3-2? All right. Anyways, let's talk about the individual games here. Just coming back to this, it is going to be a Terran versus Terran matchup. As we can see, MVP Dream is spawning as the red Terran, on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Ryong spawning as the blue Terran on the top left. Terran versus Terran, one of those matchups where a lot of players don't like it because of how much it can turn to this giant standoff. Now, the game has evolved significantly since Wings of Liberty, where it isn't always necessarily tank wars. Now, Dream, you can already tell, is going for a very unconventional build here, going for a refinery first, as opposed to going a hatchery, or a barracks first. For some reason, my brain is in the Zerg here. So it is going to be a barracks first, and meanwhile, a refinery first. Meanwhile, it is going to be a barracks first from these two particular openings. And what Ryong is not doing is he is not actually going for his gas yet. They're going to be going for that with the 15 instead of the typical 13, so that will be a delay in gas, meaning that there should be a much higher mineral count coming in from Ryong normally. But then again, we can see that Dream is actually going for triple 3 SCVs on gas already. You can see the barracks is going to get done, and right as that barracks is done, we should perhaps be going into a factory. So there's going to be very fast play here. Ryong should be able to spot this. He can see that the refinery is up. He notices that the barracks is surprisingly not yet down yet, and now you see that a Marine is being trained up. Orbital command finally being upgraded. And what is this play going to be, as the SCVs are looking for perhaps what is being placed down here? Supply depot now being added in a rather unusual location that is not part of any wall off that I know of, as we are now going into a reactor. So perhaps reactored widow mines, or perhaps some sort of drop play. This is all rather new to me. I can't quite tell what Dream is doing. Meanwhile, coming back to Ryong doing a much more traditional build. You can see reactor, barracks, and now going into a command center. Ryong wanting to expand pretty quickly here. So far, we are getting a lot of gas coming in from Ryong, and with this gas, we should be seeing a factory. There it is. And the economic game currently belongs to Ryong. He does have this command center. It is already about 25% done. Meanwhile, taking a look back at Dream. Dream is training up Hellions, training up Marines. Is he going for a starport? Yes, he is. He's going for a starport as well. And he may just simply try to elevator all of these units up. Ryong, perhaps expecting this, is building all of his supply depots in rather unusual locations, but it will spot any sort of drops coming in from the south. Here we go, 4 Marines on the ramp. Though that one Hellion takes a bit of damage. They're already down to 42 hit points. Marines target practicing and shooting that down in just a second, or almost shooting it down in just a matter of seconds. Here we go. So far, we are now going into double training of Hellions. Medevac now being added. And is this going to be enough? SCV did come down. Is going to be doing a bit of repairing. One SCV still hanging around at the natural expansion. Knows that there is still no expansion. And now going to be coming up the ramp here. Marines are just rallied down onto the low ground. The SCV is going to get a full sight of what's going on inside here. 18/24. No more workers. And did he spot that starport? No, he didn't. The starport is actually up on the high location here, and Ryong is just curious as to what's going on. We are going to see perhaps an elevator drop up onto the high ground here. There is a medevac. Here in comes the drop. Where are the units going? And there you have it. That is not a good play by Dream at all. Pretty much walking straight into a group of Marines and Hellions. Double orbital commands. higher SCV count inside the main base for Ryung as Dream. Now it's going to be up to him to actually hit that drop well. Medevac now trying to get away. This is not looking good. The Marines are not able to get there fast enough. And we do have a Viking in the air. Oh, the Viking could shoot down this Medevac. Medevac does have to be careful. All right, there is the boost now coming in. And one Hellion getting dropped off up on the high ground. Both sides are fighting. All the Hellions coming in. And here, and Ryung is absolutely defending this so beautifully as Dream is forced to retreat. All right, the afterburners have been ignited. Hellions now coming in, cleaning up all of these slow-moving Marines, and also some of the SCVs as well. A little bit of a dance going around. SCVs are coming over to repair, and this is now looking extremely good. Ryung not losing very much in this engagement so far. One Viking now in ground mode. Hellions now coming in, and there you have it. You can see the engagement. There is a Viking in the air, and the Viking could perhaps have taken down this Medevac in just a matter of seconds. SCVs are repairing it. The Medevac not in danger of falling just quite yet, as there is currently 2 SCVs on auto repair, cleaning up the rest of these units here. All right, the Hellions can spot up onto the high ground. The Marines can spot up onto the high ground as well. You can see a bit of the engagement here. SCV now repairing the Viking as the unit is now backing away. Dream now with a siege tank here, and oh, one Viking may get taken down there. Yes, it does get shot down. Dream finally doing a bit of damage, as there is now a siege tank on the high ground protecting much of the low ground. Harvester count 36 to 31. A third orbital command already coming in from Ryung, as we now see the 4th and 5th production buildings coming in from Ryung. It is going to turn into more bio play. Meanwhile, Dream is also going very heavy in the bio play with an engineering bay placed down. Double refineries here at the natural expansion. What looked to be a very aggressive early game by both of the players. A lot of early action has now settled down into a much more traditional game, where both players are saying, pretty much saying, you know what, I cannot do that many tactical hits any longer. I'm not going to be able to do very much at all. As you can now see the Medevac trying to get away, down to 20 hit points. It does get shot down here. Hellions now trying to make their way in, not going to do any damage at all. And the worker kill count, with even so many Hellions on the field, is only 1 each. That is still very important, but Dream is actually getting a good number of siege tanks on the field. This could perhaps catch him a bit by surprise. Ryung does have 1 siege tank up on the high ground, as the siege tanks may be trying to come in from the back here. And now there you have it, an attack. Dream takes a quick shelling there. You gotta be careful. No flowering units there. As you can see, all of these units just on patrol back and forth. And what is happening? So far, you can see 2 siege tanks up on the high ground. And now in comes the counter move. Ryung still having the supply advantage, has the better economy. Siege tanks now backing away. The Zeldnaga Tower gonna be a very big problem for Ryung to move out, as there is just so much sight onto the field. Okay, what's going to be happening here? Perhaps the Raven can launch some Seeker missiles. No, not going to even be launching Seeker missiles. Drops in some auto turrets. Siege tanks out of siege mode. Just simply attack move straight into the group of units. All the Marines, all the units of Dream now forced to back off here. 3 siege tanks out of siege mode. 1 medevac working hard to heal all of these units again, as you now still see Ryung wanting to keep his economic advantage. He is sitting at 106 supply. He knows that he can reach 200 supply first while still being defensive, and that is why he's now transferring SCVs off there. You can see 24 workers, SCVs pretty much coming down. There is the landing. All of these SCVs are going to go ahead and start mining back here, as we now see what may be Dream's last-ditch effort to try and take out his opponent. All right, double missile turrets though, and double missile turrets all the way, pretty much meaning that that is not going to work at all. Orbital command ready to go, already in position. 125 supply versus 89 supply. Dream now just simply trying to perhaps piece things together, and it needs to do some very good trades. Dream, you can see he is sitting on 24 workers at his natural expansion, 16 only inside his main. I'm not quite sure the reason there. But even transferring one SCV from the low to the high will pretty much still be at full saturation, as Ryung now coming in with a 3-2 supply advantage. Here you have it. Hellions quickly getting torched down. SCV getting taken down here. Another SCV getting taken down here. It looks like the follow-up is going to get cleaned up here. Siege tanks are now all on the high ground. Ryung just happy knowing that he has taken away an expansion location, but little does he know that his opponent does have the expansion here at the 4 o'clock location. All right, Ryung now getting into position. You can see a lot of siege tanks on the high ground here, and Dream will be able to perhaps weaken much of the army if it tries to get within range. The real problem right now, though, is that Ryung has 3 full bases saturated. Meanwhile, Dream can only strip mine from this particular location. Ryung does not know about this expansion location and now perhaps suspect that his opponent may in fact know about it there. One Hellion makes its way over, scouts out that there is nothing. Meanwhile, a drop of Marines now coming in. Is the Marines going to be able to do enough here? All of those units are going to get cleaned up. One medevac gets taken down, the other one down to 2 hit points. It gets taken and cleaned up as well. All right, mules are here. It looks as there could be an engagement. Siege tanks at the Zelnaga. Dream not going to be able to push out, and this is just a classic game of Dream trying to figure out if he can do any sort of economic damage early on with perhaps a little bit of a riskier build. Doesn't find the right opportunity, and now all Dream can do is perhaps if I just attack with these forces and straight up try to drop inside the base, that may in fact do enough. Here you go, medevacs now simply flying forward. There is the boost. Marines are already doing a welcoming party. Siege tanks now on the low ground. Here you have it. The siege tanks now getting cleaned up. And I believe Dream, Ryung just dropping the Manor Mules, saying, you know what, get out of the game. I got this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.